Film is a visual medium, which is why it puzzles me that so many filmmakers are so careless when crafting a film's visuals. Color is powerful. The best filmmakers know this, and Guillermo del Toro is one of the best. When Pacific Rim hit theaters, critics didn't know what to make of it. It's a big-budget Hollywood movie with the energy and excitement of a Saturday morning cartoon, very clear manga and tokusatsu influence, and frames filled with these saturated hues very different from the muted tones of other blockbuster films. Audiences appreciated the effects and spectacle of giant robots and monsters, but unfortunately that's about where the appreciation ended. Most people concluded that it was just a fun movie and nothing more, which is fair. It is a really fun movie, but it's a fun movie with an unquantifiable amount of love and passion behind it. The emotions of the film can be hard to connect with if your definition of storytelling ends with plot and dialogue. Pacific Rim conveys its emotions in an unconventional way. Its use of color demonstrates unappreciated maturity and clear mastery over the cinematic elements. Yellow, blue, and red are, of course, the primaries, the colors that all other colors are made up of. They are the simplest colors, and they're used here because the characters in this story are meant to be uncomplicated in their heroism. These colors each represent a key element of the story. The shocking, brilliant white in the Alaska scene is meant to be a reset for the war, the Jaeger program, and for Riley. White is a neutral color, and here it serves as a blank slate for everything to start over again from this point. Up until now, we have felt nothing but the uplifting excitement of the Jaeger pilot's heroic success. Then, everything changes. The pilots of Gypsy Danger are defeated, and Riley's brother Yancey is dead. The arrogance of both Riley and the entire program has cost them, and now they're left with consequence. The way that the governments of the world react to that consequence is by shutting down the Jaeger program and focusing their efforts on the anti-kaiju wall, and it's going to get everyone killed. The wall, of course, is a failure. It fails to keep the kaiju out. The only thing it succeeds in is encapsulating the fear of the people within who built it. Riley's reaction to the reset is a direct parallel. He goes into construction to help build the anti-kaiju wall. When we see him, his world is full of yellow. The construction zone is filled with golden light and amber sparks falling down. He's there building the wall because he is, as a person, building a wall. In his solitude, he's closing himself off from other people. When Pentecost arrives to give him a second chance, Riley sits on a broken piece of piping in the shape of an incomplete circle. At this point in the story, Riley is that incomplete circle. Broken, building that wall to cut himself off from others. The very next scene is the other half of that circle, Mako, whose introduction is bathed in blue. The pale gray blue of the sky, the electric blue in her hair, even the clothes that she and Pentecost are wearing, though we'll get back to that later. There are also these streaks of yellow in this scene, particularly on the helicopter pad, indicating who is about to enter Mako's world. As he arrives, all of the blue is interrupted by Riley's amber yellow. For the remainder of the film, the yellow and the blue are in this constant conversation with each other. When Mako thinks that Riley is about to knock on her door, she wears a cream-colored cardigan, the only time we ever see her wear that warm color in the film. Of course, it's really Pentecost at the door, presenting her with the red shoe. Stacker Pentecost, the man who rescued Mako Mori when she was a child, essentially adopted her and vowed to protect her. He's also the man who recruited ex-Jaeger pilot Riley Beckett to rejoin the fight. Pentecost serves as the one who brings Mako and Riley together. The colors associated with him reflects this. He wears a deep navy blue jacket, matching Mako. When Pentecost rescues Mako as a child, there's this beautiful, heroic golden light shining down behind him. The same kind of gold that follows Riley. Pacific Rim is the story of these two fragmented human beings who have lost something, but they find that something in each other. Mako and Riley are each other's missing piece, and this man is the bridge between them. Pentecost wants nothing more than to protect Mako, but by not letting her be a pilot, he's holding her back. Eventually, he lets go, provides Mako with the opportunity she needs, and gives her that red shoe. In the flashback, we find young Mako, who has just lost her parents, holding the shoe in her hands. In a frame of muted blues, her shoe is bright red, and for good reason. When Mako loses her shoe, she is essentially losing her heart. In the film's climactic scene, Riley sends Mako in an escape pod while he once again pilots the Jaeger alone, knowing full well that he could easily die. It's a perfect parallel to the scene at the beginning where he loses his brother. However, something is different this time. Riley has switched spots. He's now standing in the spot Yancey was in when he died, and Mako is in his spot. By saving Mako, Riley is both saving her and saving himself. The bright red of the emergency lights dominates this scene, the same red from Mako's shoe. Riley is restoring Mako's heart, and she is doing the same for Riley. Pacific Rim is not a love story, but in many ways it is a story about love. It's about people who care about each other. Human beings from all over the world, different cultures, different nations, all willing to come together to fight for something bigger than all of us. In that way, Pacific Rim is unapologetically optimistic. It's a story that believes wholeheartedly that if we find love for both ourselves and each other, it will give us the strength to become the most heroic versions of ourselves. Hi, Cosma here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it, because I'm really satisfied with the way that this turned out. I really want to make more of these kind of celebratory cinematic analysis type videos about the special effects fantasy films that we all know and love. So if that's something you're interested in, then let me know. I'm just super stoked for Pacific Rim Uprising, and oh man, I love Pacific Rim profoundly. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. More content of this nature and of all different kinds on the way. Stay tuned.